Welcome back, Nerdiverse, for another episode of Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have such sights to show you. I am, of course, the Clock King himself, Mike G. And back with me, as always, is the Master of the Nerdiverse, the Gentleman Swan himself, Wash. What's going on, sir?
What is up? We're here. It is time. It
It
is
is
that
time.
time. It is Friday. Thank God
Evening.
it's Friday. This has been the longest, shortest week I have had in a minute. Like I didn't work Monday because of Super Bowl shenanigans, and this week feels like it was 12 days long. So
Oh,
I am stoked to be here on a Friday night talking with the Nerdiverse about all the Nerdiverse things because I had to catch up because there was
just
there was a there was a week and there was me and then it went by.
don't you love that you can't take any time off? Because
Bro,
if you do, you come back and your all your work has been stacked on top of itself. You know
bro.
what I mean? And you just really don't have any space, you know what I'm saying, to
They
do
keep you
anything.
busy. They keep you busy. God bless the people in the restaurant industry. You know how I be watching my food videos and whatnot, and it's like I don't understand how you willingly want to feed everybody who needs to eat 3 times a day, and you're like, yeah, I'll just do this forever. Like that's a long workload.
And it
Like
never stops. It
it
never
never
stops.
stops, bro.
Yeah, there is no, and if it does stop, you're in big trouble. You know what I
Bro.
mean? So it's like you pray for your own pain. Like I have to do this regardless, and they put out the same product every single time flawlessly.
Man.
What kind of pressure is that?
That's that is a lot. That's a lot of pressure. A lot less pressure than, let's say, making a video game for 10 years and being like, "Oh, well, that's done." Shout out, high watch,
Oh, high
Hi-
guard,
High Guard. I was like
high guard,
Highlander.
island,
No, yeah, High Guard. I don't know how long they worked on it. It was about 7, 8 years, I
smoke
think.
watch.
But yeah, they're gonna shutter that thing. So
Yeah,
all in a day's
imagine
work.
imagine dedicating so much of your time in your life to one thing for it to fail on launch. It's kind of like the guy who made the you know, you make a rocket ship, right? You're an astronaut, you went to school, you think you know what you're talking about, and then the Challenger blows up and it's your fault. You know what I mean? You're just like, well, crap. what
They're
do
not gonna give me another one.
this is my last
Yeah,
Challenger.
they're not gonna
What do I
give
do
me another
now?
one, man. No.
Walk into
Um,
the ocean, I guess.
One of the level designer for High Guard, apparently he posted on LinkedIn. He's like, "Yeah, they're gonna let a bunch of us go. That sucks because there was just a bunch of content that was gonna be coming for the game. Shout out if you're looking for a level designer, hit me up." And it's like, so they had think about all that work, all
And
those
zero pay.
plans, all those meetings, and you don't even get to do it. They're just like, "Yeah, we're not."
You don't even get to try to save your job, bro. There's nothing
Nah.
you can do. You're just like at the whims of of people who control you. Your
And
life, man. That's crazy.
And as an artist, let me ask you, man, like, let's say, I don't know how long it takes to write a comic book. Like, let's say you're one of these people putting out an independent comic book. How long does that generally take?
That can take years depending on how anal retentive the team is and how much they want to get it done right. You know what I'm saying?
Now, let's say Marvel bought that from you and then you don't even own it. And
No,
it's like, oh, yeah, bye. We're not doing anything with that.
shake
But my
hands with
work, no,
shake
that
hands
ain't,
with Stan Lee. That's the story of Stan Lee, bro.
damn.
He made Spider-Man, he helped make the Fantastic Four, the Hulk, it all belonged to the corporation. So he didn't get a penny of that. And especially with the MCU blew up, he was like, it is what it is. I have a story about that. I was working with a partner of mine, and we were making a design for a I would say a budding New York senator, right? It was a big gig, and they wanted a logo for their website. No, of course, no names. And he put me on. Hey, this is Mike. He's really good at art. He can create a logo for you. When I tell you, I went back and forth with this person for a little under 6 months to a year. Oh, this I don't like that purple, but I want it to be purple. That type stuff, like draft after draft after draft, and I'm charging every single draft. Like, okay, you want to keep not being vague and keep putting me in circles? Every single time I have to work on this, I'm charging you. Just so you know. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. I get finally get it done after like a year's worth of back and forth, working with her people, working with my people, and they stiff my boss on the check and disappear. With
What?
all of that work,
What?
uh, and they
And
still
there was
use sign to this day.
I'd be salty.
And a year of my life, I didn't time from all of that work.
Damn, and that's a lot of work. You know what I mean? How many shades of purple are there? A lot, I'm assuming.
Infinite, infinite.
Yes.
What's going on, B man? I'm just talking
Yes.
about like working on something and like you finally did it and you feel that satisfaction of finally I placated these madmen, these people. I get to get paid. Guess what? Nah. And you can't even claim it because it's not even yours because you worked. I did it through. I was a contractor
It's
through a
not even
different company.
yours. Can't do anything with it to this day. Just
Doo, doo,
like
doo, 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 doo,
just look at it. Oh,
and
that
be
was
pissed
neat.
off. I'm on the newsletter too, so every few months I get a effing newsletter from these jackals. It just re-pisses me off every time I think about it.
Yeah, that's fun.
You know what doesn't piss me off though? The
What's
Masters
that?
of the Nerdiverse podcast.
Yes, Friday
Welcome
night.
Friday night,
Yeah.
baby. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Twitch, and we are here to talk about a lot of news. Are you ready for news?
Yes, there was a bunch of news this week. Yeah, I caught up, but yeah, a bunch of
Yeah,
news.
all types of news. So, without further ado, we're getting into Masters of the Nerdiverse, episode 152. I have dubbed Nope, the video game. Very excited to talk about tonight's, I would say, episode, which is going to be very video game heavy, which is something we
Yeah,
rarely do here at the Nerdiverse. But when it's that time of year, it
it's
gets
that
done.
time of year.
And it's that time of year. So before we always start these episodes, I have to ask Squash of these four topics, and we'll just go in a straight line. Project Windless trailer. I thought that looked so crazy. The Spider Noir trailer with freaking Nicolas Cage. Silent Hill, Townfall. We finally get some gameplay in what it is, trailer. And out of left field, a John Wick video game. Out of these four topics, which one are you most interested in talking about right now?
Spider Noir.
Really?
Spider Noir. Why? Well,
Why?
it's the only thing I know for certain what I saw was actually real.
Here we go. Here we go.
Not that
We're
it's
not
not
doing this
coming out.
tonight.
Not that it's not coming out. I mean real as in like not cinematic cutscene. You know what I
Ah,
mean?
yeah.
Actual
The whole
gameplay.
thing is a cinematic.
Right, right. So
Yeah.
Spider-Man, the Spider Noir. That's where I'm going with this. I'm
Is
not. Yeah,
is it a cardinal sin to not include gameplay in your announcement
I'm
trailer at this
starting to
point?
think so, and I'm probably going to touch on that as we talk about like state of play. And there is a bunch of cool games coming for PlayStation, and we're about to get into it. But at the exact same time, it's like everything I looked at. There's it could have been gameplay, you know what I mean? It could have been, but it didn't say it was gameplay. And so if it was gameplay, I'm sure they would have said gameplay so that we all know, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so it leaves me feeling with, yeah, anybody can do a great cinematic, man. There's a ton of games out there that have awesome cinematic cutscenes and are just
I mean, we never will forgive them for what was that? What was that epic one on PlayStation 3 that was completely fake? That was like totally like not what the game was. What was
oh
it?
yeah, there was an entire game. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just fake. The whole thing was
Yeah.
damn fake. Yeah, before we get into tonight's episode, I will always remind everyone to please like our content. If you enjoy what you're hearing tonight on this podcast episode of Masters of the Nerdiverse, subscribe to the channel so that you're made aware when new episodes do go live, and comment. Let us know if one of the topics that we had to skip, because there's things on this docket that we just didn't have space for. We got 6 slides. We got to make hard cuts. Hashtag hard cuts. So let us know
Hashtag
if there's
hard
anything you wanted
cuts.
to talk about. And this is live. So if there is a state of play announcements that you want to talk about, jump in the chat. Let us know. And we'll have that discussion. We will broach it, bruh. But before we do any of that, Wash, how was your week?
My week, man, was pretty good, and I know we were off last week, but be known to me before all the video game talk or news dropped about, well, this year, I had started to say, as far as gaming goes, because I've had such a great time with Marvel Snap. Honestly,
Yeah.
I've played Marvel Snap more than any other app. More than Candy Crush, more than the Angry Birds. I've played more Marvel Snap. So at the beginning of this year, as Marvel Snap, I don't want to say wears thin, but
Yeah.
wears thin. I'm kind of on a quest to find a new app game. So, hashtag quick plug. Perplexity AI, folks. Don't sleep on Perplexity AI. Perplexity Comet. Comet's a browser. Perplexity, you can just plug in the URL, go there now. It's pretty much real time search engine. So when I say, you know what, I kind of want an app, and I just speak this into my phone, I want an app that's jump in, jump out, that was made within the last 18 months, that is an adventure app. It'll just give me that list, right? And so then I can just filter down from what I see, what I want to play. So, with all that said, I did that like 3 weeks ago now. And the first game I got was called Vampires Fall 2. It is a
Okay.
free app. It is a large RPG. It is a vampire game, if you could not guess. And and honestly, it looks great. It plays very much like it is an open world. Clear the map opens up as you walk type of situation. But there's ghosts, goblins, all types of things. The
Spooky things, Doug.
RPG the RPG, it's kind of deep RPG wise. There's a ton of different, and this no cash, no dollars. You can spend money, but these are not.
What
I
is it
made
like?
sure to ask, like, not. I don't want pay to play games because
Right.
you can ask that. You can be that specific. So, the treasure chest will come up. Oh, you don't even have enough to buy it if you wanted to. You can buy it for 5,000 blood moons, or you can destroy it. And it's like
Blood
you have 8
moons.
blood moons, and you're like, yeah, whatever.
I want my currency to be blood moons, Doug. That's
Blood
pretty
moons. So
that's pretty dope.
I've been in this game. I played the game probably about like a 3.5 hours, and it's turn-based action. So but you can also put it on auto click. So if you're familiar with like the Star Wars game app, where I'm trying to think of Final Fantasy 2, turn-based type of
Turn
play.
based. Okay, yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. But super cool game, right? So I was going to talk about that last week. I'm just putting it out there. Definitely, I would say if you're into vampires, yeah, that's cool. Me, I'm still looking for that game that gives me that Marvel Snap. I'm addicted. So I went to Dungeons and Dragons next, and this game is called Dungeons and Decisions.
Interesting. Okay.
So I am a fan of the Choose Your Own Adventures books from back in the day. Like those are my favorite type of books. I'd get like 6 of them. Friday night, be choosing my own adventure all
Yeah,
night,
yeah,
reading those
yeah.
things. So essentially, what this is a app that does that. I am not for sure if it's AI generated or not, but you have mana, health, magic. Goblins pop out. You have to make
Goblins.
decisions.
Yeah.
It's decision based, anywhere from like 2 decisions to like 4 decisions at any one given time. It is a text based game that does have AI generated images, which is
Hmm.
why I'm not sure if the entire thing is AI generated. But there's knight, wizard. There's a bunch of different types of stories you can play. Super cool. Having a good time with it. That is fairly easy to jump into for
Good.
a quick couple of seconds and then jump out, and you do one or two things, kind of like you get with the Marvel Snap. It's not something that you have to
Time
load up
intensive.
and takes a while. Yeah, dude, I'm not looking for that, but I am looking for cool games. And I do think apps are kind of underserved, especially in this gaming atmosphere that we have today with just game. Everything's in Xbox.
Yeah,
It's like
right.
we talk about people doing work. There's good apps being made, and no one knows about them.
Yeah,
Like there's
they just come and go. They're so quick. They come if they don't pop, they just
zero
disappear.
marketing budget.
Yeah,
You
they
know what
just
I
disappear.
mean? It's like, oh, you're just on the Play Store. So it's
Yep.
it's like this has been a fun little adventure, and yeah, there'll be more app games to come as I'm going to keep going until I find something that is super cool. But Vampire, I give it 3. Dungeons, I give a high 3, just because it is
Out
text
of
based.
5, out of 10?
Uh, I was thinking 5, but maybe I'll
Okay,
go
that makes
10
sense.
in the
Okay,
future. I don't know. So
okay.
super cool, both on iOS. I don't know about Android. The other thing I did this week is a conversation that we're going to be having soon in regards to why is. And
Why
I have a
is?
question for you, Mike, in your deep comic lore, because I don't think we're going to get into this aspect. As
Okay.
I'm reading through our comic, Swamp Thing, spoiler,
Spoil
non-spoiler, I don't know.
spoilers. Yeah.
Um, I am noticing something
Okay.
in the Alan Moore version of these beautiful panels with,
Yeah.
and I don't know what they're called, conversation bubbles, dialogue
Like thought
bubbles.
bubbles, dialogue,
But
dialogue
what are
bubbles.
they
Yeah.
called? Because I was wondering, like the comic
Speech bubbles. Usually we
speech
call it.
bubbles.
Yeah.
Speech bubbles are not necessarily vast in Alan Moore. But then when I flip over here to this new 52 and I'm looking at one panel and it has 12 speech bubbles in it. And
Yeah.
it had me, it really got me because I'm in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're
At
locked
this
in.
stage, we're deep in it. And it got me really wondering, you as a comic person, like, is more better in this instance? Is this kind of what we're thinking? Or because the Alan Moore depicts so much just in these beautifully, right, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that is my question in regards to how your week. I've been sitting on this question for 2 weeks. I've been wanting to text you and ask you, because it's like
Yeah.
it's almost like it's done. I don't want to call it filler, but it's almost like, well,
Yeah.
nah, man, we gotta add more, and it's like it's more necessary. I don't know.
Here's here's the thing, man. It's such a funny thing. It's like movie directing, right? It's the same. Think of it like think of like screenplay versus storyboarding, voice, and then getting to the final,
Yeah.
product, right? It really depends on the creator, and it depends on how far up their own ass they are. So some stories have a beautiful balance of artwork telling the story with the writer telling the story. Like you look, one of my favorite books of all time is Kingdom
Okay.
Come, written by I think Dan Jurgen, and art by Alex Ross, who's one of the best comic book artists of all time. And there's a lot of wordless storytelling with um not that much dialogue and not that much, I would say, noise pollution, if I could use that term. In Decorum, Bradley's mentioning Decorum by Jonathan Hickman. Um, Decorum, I mean, Jonathan Hickman is one of those writers like Alan Moore who says so much without saying a lot, you know. But then you have writers like Brian Michael Bendis who will literally fill up a page of paragraphs of dialogue, and you're like, you maybe you're kind of doing too much, my man. Like,
It,
you're,
but
I'm
isn't
not
there?
reading a comic book. I'm not reading a book.
And this is my point. Like, why not
Yeah,
just write a book?
yeah,
If that's what the intention is. And so I guess my question to you is, because God, New 52. I keep wanting to say Scott Snyder
no,
when I
Scott
think
Snyder
of New
is part of the
50.
New 52,
New
so
50. you feel Scott Snyder in there, and it's just kind of like, man, I don't know if all of this is always necessary
Yeah,
every single
it's
time.
it's not.
Especially when you have a run that's 40 issues long. It's like if you don't have enough time and you have to fill up your page, I don't know. So it's an interesting question to me. I was
It's a very
curious your
interesting
thought about
question,
it. Okay.
and it's really based on it's based on taste and talent. You think I think of
Very wordy.
Quentin Tarantino, who just talks and
Mm,
talks and talks and doesn't shut up and talks and talks and talks and talks throughout all of his movies, but it balances out because that's he's found a balance of his style. Whereas in comics or in any kind of graphic novel, you have to if you start to feel the pain, then you're making a mistake. It's like being a RN. It's like being a registered nurse. If I have to feel the shot, that means you're doing. If I feel the shot too much, you're doing something wrong,
yeah.
right? It should you shouldn't. Comics should immerse you, not pull you out. You know what I mean? And if I'm like, why am I still reading? Why am I still reading? Why the f am I still reading? Wait, dude, make your point. And you'll come across some writers who just like the sound of their own voice. You know,
Okay.
and you'll come across some writers like who will give you a page of nothing, no words, just art, and and it tells it. Boom,
It just beautifully tells that
exclamation
story.
point, right?
Yeah,
It
that's
depends
awesome.
on, and it also depends on the relationship between the artist and the writer, because some writers don't trust their artist to tell the story, which is why you get so much exposition.
Some writers don't trust their
Trust their
artists.
artist.
But is it done in a it's not done in a black box,
It
is
kind
it?
of is.
You,
It
Mike,
depends
as
on
an
the project.
artist, you
Yeah,
let's say we're writing "How was your week?" Right? You're
yeah.
the artist, I'm the writer. So we're not talking about we have a
It
we
can
went, you
really,
know what? How was your week? We're just gonna go through a general week, the two guys in the city,
bro.
and
This
it's
book's got to
like
come out. We can't sit and wax poetic about the nuances of panel 73A. This shit got to come out, bro. What you doing? I gave you the words. Just draw it. I don't care. Just draw it. Or you're working on your magnum opus, Watchmen, and you're like, no, we're gonna go off into an island together, and we're not leaving off this island until this book is done.
yeah.
It's like Stanley Kubrick. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, me and you are gonna become good friends because I'm not letting you out my sight until this is done. Or it's very transactional. Hey, here's the script.
How
Do
many artist writer one? How many singular named, like they do their own writing, they do their own art?
those guys usually suck, dude.
Are
Uh,
there's no legendary ones out there who's like, yeah, just do
Mobius.
it
I think of Mobius. Bradley can
Mobius?
attest to more to that because he's a Mobius head.
Okay.
It's tough,
It's
man.
tough. Okay.
Todd McFarlane, maybe
Oh,
all
okay.
those image guys, Jim Lee, but he wasn't the
Oh,
greatest writer. I think Todd McFarlane maybe with Spawn and all that
okay.
stuff. Uh, but usually the guys who want to be one man bands are usually lacking in one or the other. Kind of think of
Okay.
like Frank Miller, right? Frank Miller is this prolific comic book artist, writer rather. He's a prolific comic book writer. The Dark Knight Returns, all that fun stuff. But no one's going to tell me that his art is good. He's a crappy artist. Fight me. I know there's some people who are going to hate that. Effing fight me. That is not good art. You know what I'm saying? So these dudes who try to be one man bands and like, I don't need y'all. I'll ink it myself. You know what I'm saying? I'll edit it myself. It's very rare. It's not crap. You know what I mean? Because people just don't want to help and people don't want to have to wait on anybody else, which I totally understand.
Completely 100% understand. Like, I get it, which is why I was asking the question. I'm like, well, there has to be one guy who's like, nah, just do this shit myself. You
There's
know what
not
I
one like
mean?
unspot. I haven't found one unspotted lamb where he could just do it all by himself. Give this guy 6 months and like $20,000, he's gonna get you a book.
who who
Nah,
was
it
it
takes
that
you know.
made that one game, the time Bard, the Bard. Do you remember Bard for Xbox? It was
Yeah,
like one dude in a room. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna bang out this game in like 20 hours, and they're like, ah, yeah, you get an
sick.
award, best game of the year.
Yeah, you don't want that guy. You say Bradley said that's when you get Neil Breen, Doug. You know what I'm saying? That's when you get the guy who made The Room. Tommy Wiseau,
Oh, there
these
you
one
go.
man bands who refuse, collaboration. But to answer your question, it really depends on the artist writer relationship. It depends on the personality of the writer. It depends on the personality of the artist. Depends on what the time frame you have. It depends on if you can logistically put together a book in the deadline. Because one big word in comic books is deadline. You got to hit your deadline. It's got to come out every month. Get it out. We don't care. We'll figure it out at the end.
One last question, because
Yeah.
we're getting long, and I
This is.
want to know
I'm
about
sorry.
your
This is a
week.
very
But yeah,
interesting
it is an
topic for
interesting
me.
topic, and I don't know much about the business, so I'm curious. But okay, so we have a writer and we have an artist. I'm assuming we have editors for both these
A thousand
people.
percent.
So
The bigger the
how
book. Yeah.
how do the editors work in tandem with each other if the artist,
Uh,
you know what I mean? It's
it's
like the editors,
really
like,
think of like the artists and writers are cops, and the editor is Eternal Affairs. They get it and they
okay,
scrutinize all of it and say, this is crap, push it back.
okay,
Or this is crap, we're canceling the book. Or okay, I've edited it. Now and everybody gets their pay. Hey, this panel's missing. It didn't fit. I drew that. It's mine. I wanted it. No. You don't this is Marvel Comics. These are the editors. That's why there's an editor in chief.
that's why
The, the,
there's
the,
the editor in chief.
you know what I'm saying? Like the end all be all. You know what I mean? Um, and it's just one of those things where everybody has to be kind of on point. And it's one of the few. It's definitely a team effort. You know what I'm saying? And these one man band dudes aren't really just about you know they're just that's why it's very rare. Like Bradley said, the only name we can think of is damn Mobius, and he was just like from on heaven high, heavenly king, untouchable.
Touched. Yeah,
Yeah.
got
But
you.
usually you're a GOAT artist or you're a GOAT writer and you work together and if you have good communication and you both are on the same page about your approach, you're gonna come out with some good stuff.
Something good. All right, very
Yep.
good. I'll keep all of that in mind as we continue our journey. Mike, how was your week?
Man, yeah, you got me all full of piss and vinegar. That was a good conversation. My week, man. During the during the last Friday when I was out sick, me and Wash decided he wanted to just jump on and play some Marvel
Yeah,
Cosmic was it Cosmic Invasion?
invasion.
Yeah, and we just jumped on and did some co-op Cosmic Invasion for a little while, but it was super fun. You know what I mean? So I found myself dipping my toes back into that game almost every other night, like leveling up my Silver Surfer and playing with playing with Nova and just trying to figure out these, less, you know,
The weird.
intuitive characters. I'm trying
Yeah.
to I'm trying to learn the freak picks. Because at first Silver Surfer was weird as hell. I couldn't figure I was getting body, getting hit. He's more of like a parry god, so you got to be able to parry with him. And I ended up beating the game. Just
Damn it.
okay.
All right,
Sorry.
that's cool. That's cool.
I
Nice. I
accidentally
get it.
beat I
Yeah, no,
accidentally
it's
beat the
fine. I
game.
get it. I get
Because
it. It's
I'm
all
telling you, I
good.
was playing like every night. Like, oh man, I'm gonna come home. Nursing a migraine. In the mic and playing that game seemed to kind of quell it. And I was like, ooh, medicine. So apparently I have to play this more. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna bump my head into the last boss. Um, I'm sure I'm not gonna beat this guy, but I'm probably gonna have to wait for Wash. Because the game has a significant difficulty spike around halfway point.
Ooh.
And Wash can attest to this, where it's like, yeah, uh we just kind of stopped in our tracks here. This is kind of tough. I need some assistance. Damn it, Mike. What about the team? I'm willing to squad up any day. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Mike, turn the nail. Brian and did the one man band. Now sometimes you just gotta flip it, man. And I accidentally beat the game because the last boss was like comically easy.
Oh,
Like
one of
like
those.
Nihilus. It was weird. Like the hardest levels were like the last three levels where I was like, when me and Wash were just playing and we got stymied on one level. We tried to beat it twice, couldn't do it. All right.
I think 3 times, didn't we?
Yeah, we tried it three times. I forget it was like that weird trio of bugs we just couldn't beat. And it was like we just couldn't pull it together. I was
Oh,
like, all
my
right, next
hand was
time.
toast. That was like,
Yeah,
I'm
my hands
done. It's
and my
over,
head, my
man.
eyes were fried. So and like Wash said, like talking about Marvel Snap, and I wanted to mention, a little birdie told me that there's a Star Wars card game coming out soon. That's what I'm hearing. There's gonna be a Marvel Snap Star Wars that's coming out fairly soon, made for you, my brother. So keep an eye out for that. So I'm sitting here and like, man, that was fun, especially playing with Wash, man. Next time you jump on, I want to bring some of my level characters, help you beat the
Yeah,
game.
let's get through it.
But I was sitting there like you, like, man, I kind of have an itch for side scroller beat 'em ups now. What's a good one I can play? And I'm just kind of combing through Xbox Game Pass, and I'm like, ooh, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I never beat that. Maybe I'll play that. What about Turtles? There's that Turtle Shredder's Revenge. I never beat that. So I've yet to pull the trigger, but it's probably gonna be one of those two. I'm
All
thinking
right.
Turtles because I really want to. I hear that Turtles is goaded, and that He-Man's coming out soon. So I really want to play that He-Man, and I want to beat Turtles. So I'm kind of really on a 2D um gaming trig tick, and I've been wanting to play video games, but I just don't want to invest in a full game as of right now. I got too much going on. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
I beat
you don't
all the
have
ones
time
that
for Fallout 4 every day. You know what I
not
mean?
every
So,
day.
so sometimes it's like I just need to get in and out, man. Sometimes just need to get
Yeah,
in and
like
out.
that's why I like Cosmic. The stages last 5 minutes, maybe 5-10 minutes. You're in, you're out. You can stop. Unlock some stuff, unlock some costumes. All right, my hands hurt. I'm good. I'm gonna stop. You know.
I just saw a trailer this week. They're doing like a cosmic color like thing. There with
Yeah, I was gonna
cosmic.
talk to you about
Did
that.
you get that? Is that
No,
something? Do you have to buy it or do you
I don't
earn
think you
it?
have to buy it. I just didn't update. I don't know why my Xbox
Okay.
didn't update. It's supposed to be a free patch or something like
Okay.
that. Whereas a lot,
That's
it's a
cool.
different, it's a bunch of different colorways. There's adjustments in arcade mode. I was playing a little bit of arcade mode where it's like a gauntlet, and once you die, you die. There is no continues. There is no quarters. It's
Oh.
pretty tough. It's like an endurance trial. Now, and it won't let you. It won't let you go out. You have to just play it until you die. It's really interesting.
Do we have? I haven't seen the lineup. Do we have God of War in there?
Yes, we do.
All right, I'll save it for then. Then never mind. All right.
Speaking of which, that's other than that, real quick, I've been watching Cross, which is back on Amazon Prime. It's a TV show about Alex Cross, the the African American
Oh yeah,
detective.
yeah, 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 yeah.
He's been
Yeah.
in a bunch of stuff. He was Tyler Perry played him once in one movie, in that dumb movie. But season one was really good. So I really enjoyed the season one of Cross. And they started season two this week. And he's against he's doing cross level things and enjoying it so far. I've been really on my espionage kind of kick lately. It's kind of replaced superhero stuff for me.
I just noticed, and I will be getting to it this weekend. I am fairly certain, since there's no football. Oh fuck, there's no football.
No football, bro.
Um,
It's over.
um,
We got a minute.
did you watch Badlands
Not
again?
yet. I was gonna watch
Okay,
that tonight. I'm probably gonna watch it tonight
okay.
while I eat because I need to watch that again. You need to watch Badlands.
I'm assuming we're gonna just do a review on this. That was my
Maybe,
thought process.
maybe.
Okay, all right, all right.
We need to get the taste of Sinners out of our system. But what's funny is that we don't get a lot of views. We're a very small channel, but that review is that kind of going crazy right now in,
I,
in, in
I,
comparison to our other stuff that's just like not really, the algorithm hates us. But that one, of course, is getting all the views.
I,
And,
I'm like, we're gonna get yelled at as soon as we got done. I'm like, nah, people are
fuck.
gonna not like us,
Nah,
man.
people are feeling it. Apparently, it's getting decent
um,
views for what we do. You know what I'm saying?
have you, after sitting on Sinners for a couple of more days, have you same thoughts? Any further
Same
feelings or
exact thoughts.
same?
I just feel like it needed to make a decision on what it wanted to be. And it was just so to me, it felt very hodgepodge. I didn't really want to commit to any particular. And I kept thinking about Mike G's comparison to From Dusk Till Dawn, and how in From Dusk Till Dawn there was a clean line between gangster thug, not gangster thug. What am I saying? Like bank robber, outlaws to horror, and you can almost draw a line. Okay, we're in horror now. Get scared, siege movie, and Sinners just didn't want to commit. You know what I mean? Even when the horror activated, you're still back to we're gonna have a plantation. You're still back to let's dance a jig. Just like make up your minds, guys. I don't want to get back into it too deep, but yeah, my thoughts are still the same.
Yeah, I've let it go. It is gone from my brain now, and I am okay with that. As soon as that ended, it was like, oh, that's gone. In fact, something came up. I was scrolling through my HBO feed, and like it came up. I was like, oh shit, I almost forgot I watched that.
You know
So
what?
not
When
super
they do the
memorable.
obligatory, music number at the Oscars, and I'll enjoy that. Whatever song they choose to do, they're probably going to choose the white song with the jig and all that fun
I
stuff.
would,
Not going to choose the
they'll
black shit, whatever.
they'll do the
No, they're going
mix.
to do
You know
the
what I
no. They're not
mean?
going to
They'll
mix
do
it.
the
It's just going to be the
jig.
white. They're not going to mix shit. It's just going to be for the white. Anyway, um, when they do that, I'll enjoy it. I'll get a kick out of it, but the movie's gone. I'm just happy it's doing pretty well on the channel. I'm just happy people are finding it. And it has a pretty high watch view. It's like people are watching damn near half the thing before they conk out, which is algorithm wise, it's pretty good. So
Yeah,
interesting.
thanks.
You ready to talk about some news, brother? Okay,
Yes,
come
I
on, there,
am.
brother.
Let's
Eh,
do it.
Let's do it. Before we get into the video game festivities, we got to talk about the Spider-Man Noir trailer. This kind of came out of nowhere as a trailer because Marvel just likes to drop stuff unbeknownst to anyone. Stars our boy Nicolas Cage as Ben Riley, a seasoned out-of-luck private detective in 1930s New York, grappling with his past and is a Spider-Man. Wash. After watching this trailer, my only question is: are you going to watch it in black and white? Or are you going to watch it in color?
Ooh, I am probably going to watch it in color.
Oh, blasphemy! Explain,
I mean, it's 2026.
brother. Chill out, man. Chill, man.
That's what I got for you.
That's your
Like,
answer.
like if you're giving me the option, I'm going to probably pick color. That's what's the movie that we watched with the two dudes on the ocean? Something like a weird.
The lighthouse. The
Yeah, the
lighthouse.
lighthouse. That
Yeah,
was all black and white, right? They
yeah,
didn't do
man.
color at any point. So
Nah,
yeah, it's like, I'll take color if I get an option. That's fine. That said, I am surprised by a couple of things.
hmm
I had been hearing about this movie for about a year now.
it's a TV
I
series. It's not a movie.
First off, one of the things I'm surprised about, it's a TV
Yeah,
series. I thought it
yeah.
was going to be a movie. And as a TV series, I almost think it's going to be better than it would have made a movie by
I
far.
mean, yeah.
Um, so that is exciting. I thought that the trailer was way better than I was really expecting Madam Web type of errors here.
Debauchery. Yeah.
Yes, that's kind of where I was coming in at. So when I saw the trailer, I went,
Okay.
I don't know how many episodes we're talking.
I don't
Probably
either.
about 8.
Probably
You know
eight,
what I mean?
7.
If you give me 6, it seems like it should be enough because it looks like we're going to be getting a little weird Nick Cage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna get very
Weird Nick
cagey.
Cage can wear on you depending on what it's in. What I wanted to ask you, because I don't know much about Spider Noir besides the fact that he is one of the worst cards possible in Marvel Snap, because he's
Sucky
like,
card.
oh, you get a bonus if you have exactly 8.
So
Who
stupid.
who
I didn't buy
builds
that
their
card, by the
deck
way.
for
I don't
exactly
nah,
8?
I
I
got no
mean,
time for that.
I just randomly got it and I went, "What's this?" And I have a quality deck where I put all like the newer cards or once it needs to be upgraded. I'm like, this thing is completely bleak and useless.
I like the correlation of your first like real experience with a character from Marvel is damn Marvel Snap and how good the card is. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you know, man,
yeah, yeah.
Echo
So
sucks, but it's a great character with great depth in amazing storylines. No, F that card. It always destroys my Iron Man. Like, shut up, man. That's awesome. That's dumb. I love it.
well,
Um, but
anyway,
yeah, him. I'm
yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to step on. I just think that's so silly. I think it's so great that like I hate Galactus. Why do you hate Galactus? Because he's a cheap card.
This sucks in Marvel Snap,
He
bro.
just
Like I
sucks the
get
Marvel
it.
snap.
In fact, there was another trailer today. a Marvel trailer at some point, perhaps. I
Tocom, we
saw
talked about it.
Gladiator. Yeah, you were going to talk about it. But
Yeah, we're
anyway, that
talking about
shot
it.
of Gladiator, I would not have known who Gladiator was or how epic Gladiator is if it was not for Marvel Snap. Gladiator's the blanking man, even though we did get him in whatchamacallit. But
Hey,
even that, I knew him from Marvel Snap before I knew him as a character
can
first.
I
So
just give you something that I could just please ask you to indulge
yeah.
and imbibe for me as your massive Nerdiverse brother Mike G? There
Mhm.
is a X-Men the animated series episode. I think it's like Dark Phoenix episode 3 or something like that. And it has the introduction to Gladiator, and he fights Juggernaut. It's one of the most epic things in 90s in 90s cartoon history. It's the introduction of Gladiator. And if you want all you need to know about how badass that character is, just find the clip. I'm not asking you to watch the whole episode. Go on YouTube and find the clip of
I think
Gladiator versus
I think I've
Juggernaut.
seen it. I just
So
don't think I knew it was Gladiator. Even now, I
yeah,
didn't think I knew it, but I'm fairly
bro.
certain I've seen it
It's
because
so
Juggernaut was
good.
like, I don't understand what's happening
What's
at
happening to
all.
me, dog? Like, okay, I'm sorry. Give me a second. Give me a second. I know we're talking about Spider-Man Noir. Shut up. Okay, first of all, this dude flies in from space, dog. It's a point of view of him flying in like Superman from space. He just shows up to the scene, and he's just talking big mess, dog. He's like, "Yes, the Lalandra is coming with me, right?" And Juggernaut's like, "She's not going nowhere, bro." You know what I mean? And he tries to deck, you know, Gladiator, and it does nothing, bro. And
Yeah.
all the X-Men are just like, what the hell? And Gladiator literally grabs Juggernaut and throws him across the ocean. And that's it for Gladiator for like a season.
Yeah.
No, that's it for Juggernaut for like a season. Juggernaut just floats into, he becomes like Team Rocket from Pokemon. He flies and becomes a star. Ding! And and Rogue is like, no, Jubilee is like, I've never seen anyone do that to Juggernaut. And Wolverine just goes, yeah, not from Earth. Ain't no Earthlings doing that to him. Gladiator's on some other level. I'm sorry. I just have to gush
Yeah.
about how real Gladiator is. He's
No,
so fucking tight.
I recently watched I was finishing it. I don't remember why I stopped, but I was getting through the rewatch of the series. So I did watch that episode
Yeah.
fairly recently.
So
But
effing
yeah.
good, man. But I digress. Spider Noir, man. He's been around for a while now. He was there was this book back in the early 2000s called 1942, I think 1946, no 1776 or 18. Bradley, correct me on that. Where it was the Marvel universe, but set in like medieval times. So it was like ye old Anthony of Iron or something like that. And Marvel started getting into this kick where they were uh, putting these superheroes in kind of like historical situations. And um, Spider Noir kind of came from that, where he was a alternative Spider-Man in the whole Madam Web Spider Universe thing. Um, Kind of like Spider-Man India was kind of around that same time, right?
I don't
um,
know anything about Spider India.
yeah, Spider-Man
Yeah,
PX,
I don't know anything about that.
yeah, Spider-Man India is real. Yeah, it was. I think it was Marvel 1800s, right? So, he's Peter Parker in that series. They name him Ben Riley, which is cute, but I see why they can't do that. And yeah, he's kind of very weak as a character. He's like he doesn't spin web. He does have super strength, but not as strong as normal Spider-Man. And it's more of like a crime noir. It's like, like Casablanca, but Spider-Man. And if you want some early Spider-Man noir, he's in this game called Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Oh yeah.
Excellent Spider-Man game.
Yeah, great game.
Way before like the Miles Morales Enter the Spider-Verse stuff. In that game, you played as Amazing Spider-Man, you played as Ultimate Spider-Man, you played as Spider-Man 2099, and I want to say you played as Spider-Man Noir. Very good stuff.
I always thought that was Venom when I was playing him. That was just because he was in the black.
Yeah, and the episode and that whole I think that stage is black and white, if I'm not wrong. I
I
think
don't
that whole
remember.
all of its parts were black and white. You have to fight the vulture. But yeah, he's a interesting Spider-Man for them to say this is going to be our Spider-Man. our Spider-Man off that we're gonna dedicate an entire series to. I thought maybe it would have been Spider-Man 2099 and actually get Pedro Pascal to put or not Pedro Pascal, the other guy, Poe Dameron,
Oh,
Oscar Isaacs.
yes, Oscar
Yeah,
Isaac.
just get Oscar Isaacs to play Miguel O'Hara. But I mean, if you got Cage, live action Cage, why the hell not? You know,
Who owns Spider Noir? Sony?
Sony owns all. The deal is Marvel can only use Spider-Man Peter Parker, so,
Okay.
film wise.
Well, it just makes me wonder how Amazon got it. You know what I mean? It's like, so
Sony's doing their
Amazon can
thing.
use it.
Sony
All
didn't
right.
want to produce it, and Sony's like, "Hey, you guys have a whole platform. We're working on ours, probably."
Madam Web came out on Netflix, didn't it?
Madam Web was a feature length film, Doug, that was in the theaters,
In the theaters.
and it
Oh,
bombed horrifically.
all right.
That was the
Yeah.
last. That was the last straw. No, was it Madam Web or was it
It makes me
Craven?
wonder, Craven, it makes me wonder
That
if
was the last
that's why
straw.
we're getting this on Amazon
Yeah, they're
versus
done.
a theater. And they're like, yeah,
This would have easily have been a Sony joint in theaters
yeah,
if they
okay,
still trusted that system. Once they
okay,
lost all that money on Craven and they kept losing money after rather, Morbius tanked, Madam Web tanked, Craven tanked. They're like, we got to do something different, man. So
okay.
they're not handling it anymore. They're just kind of delegating it, which is smart because Sony, please, you know, you know, you're you're embarrassing yourself at this point, but yeah, I'm really excited for this. I like the trailer, like you said. It's Cage, man. Bradley's saying I like everything except for Cage. Um, I think Cage is what's gonna make this series, man. I think he's gonna cage it up. It's gonna be dumb. Mind you, this guy has been Ghost Rider. This guy has
He's
been
supposed to be
Superman,
Superman, you know what I
right?
mean? Like
So
he likes this. This is what he
his
does.
son's
Yeah.
name is Kal-El, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His name, Nicolas Cage, is based off of Luke Cage, the Power
See.
Man. He's a comic book head. And anytime a comic book head can get an opportunity to do this stuff, fine, man. Let the guy live his dream, dude. He's Spider-Man
Amen. I
in his
I think
50s and 60s. That's kind of dope.
I think Nick Cage is a national treasure. I think he's one of the
Sure.
United States national treasures at
Yeah.
this stage. And for a while, we were all just like, man, he's kind of weird. And at this stage, it's like, no, everybody's going to cry a bunch of tears when Nick Cage goes out. It's
Yeah,
going to be
man.
Nick Cage movie fest forever.
I mean, he's already goaded. I mean, like, just the dude is doing side missions now. Let
Yeah.
Pops do whatever he wants to do until he wants to stop doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I like the trailer. I will be watching this in black and white, as the Lord intended. You know what I'm saying? Nicholas Cage is not a national treasure. He is national trash. And I will not river dance like the guy, and I will not river dance like the guy in Sinners. Bradley, I know you're too strong. You beat Freddy Krueger in your brain and all that, but you got to leave Cage alone. Let the man cage. We know what we're getting into when we cage it up.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're not looking for any magnum opus here, man.
No.
He said, and I will not river dance like the guy in Sinners. Well, watch it when the Oscars come on. Trust me, you're gonna see some people river dancing that you're wondering why are they doing that. You know why they're doing that. Dios mío, bro. We're talking video games, and we're going to talk about God of War for a little while because they kind of hit us with a God of War 1-2 punch at the Sony State of
Yeah.
Play. So, okay, I don't know where to start. Do you want to start with the Shadow dropped 2D video game that just is out now? Or do you want to start with all three original God of Wars being remade? I don't know where to go with this. Wash, where do you want to start?
I'm gonna let you start because I figured that this made your day. I didn't get to text you because I wasn't watching it live. I just saw it like an hour ago, and I went, "Wait, what?
What the
what?
hell?
What is happening
All
right
right.
now?" So
So,
I was like, "Can I? Is this out? Like, I don't have a
out,
PlayStation. Damn it!"
bro. I was watching. So, of course, I was at work when this because I was at work when this came on, and I had no meetings all day. I was like, yeah, I'm about to crack open a drink. I'm gonna just kind of low key. If I get a call, I'll just pick it up. But I'm gonna watch the game. I'm gonna watch the game of State of Play, on my phone while I'm working. Of course, my boss wants to do an impromptu meeting for exactly an hour during the state of play at 2 o'clock. And I'm like, universe, I kind of hate you. But I just watched it on mute. I was watching it and zoned out or whatever the hell they were talking about because screw work. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, I don't want to miss this. Excuse me. And when this dropped, I'm like, what is happening? Because first you see TC Carson, from Living Single, Kyle, and he's the original voice of Kratos. So you're like, why are you here? And of course, he's swagging it up. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm cool. I'm OG Kratos, is what he called himself. And he's just talking big stuff. He's like, yeah, man, we're coming back with remakes of God of War 1, 2, and 3. And we're working on it. And I'm going to do the voice of Kratos, and it's going to be great because I'm young Kratos. The other guy is old Kratos. This is totally fine. We're homies. Pictures of us dapping it up with the God of War rings. We're buddies. This is going to work. And my thoughts is when you say the word remake, that could mean a bunch of different things, right? And the degree of remake, it is jarring because it's like you can say Tomb Raider remake. It's just a cosmetic upgrade, and it's the exact same gameplay, the exact same, feeling. It's just a cosmetic upgrade. Or you can get a Resident Evil 2 remake where it breaks it all the way down and builds a brand new game. Nothing is new, and like even the camera is different. Like it's not the same game, right? So I asked you, Wash, where do you think the direction is they're going to go with these God of Wars? Are they going to cheap out and just give us like a paint job on the old way it played in the system, or do you think we're going to get God of War Ragnarok levels of just break down and get to the essence of the games and give you a completely different experience?
I think that we're going to get something that's in the middle. I think
Mm,
because the trend is to reinvent games. And funny you bring this up because I was just happening to watch an old internet show from Revision 3 like 15 years ago. And they were talking about literally, I had to look at the year because I was like, really? That's when that was announced? And it was the year of the announcement of the Final Fantasy VII remake.
that was like
That
15
was
years ago.
15
Something crazy.
freaking
Yeah,
years
that was a
ago.
while
And I'm
ago.
like, they still haven't finished,
No, they're still
right?
working on that.
They
Yeah,
still have like 2 or 3 more parts to
yeah. Part
go.
three.
And it's like, so no, I don't think we're going to get the full broken down because I don't think you announce 1, 2, and 3 at the same time if you're doing that, right? I think that if you're going to, they're going to upscale it, put a new fresh paint on it, maybe add in a couple of little soul type of features, and I
Yeah.
think that's what we're going to end up getting. I don't think it's going to be bad. I definitely think it's going to be worth the $40 unless they're selling them all three at
Wow.
once, in which case it'd probably be 90 or 100, but I do think it'll be worth it.
What if they do? And it's
Ooh.
remember the Resident Evil 2 remake announcement? We did it and nobody knew what to expect. They were like, holy crap, they just they just made a brand new game. This isn't like when you say the word remake, there's remake and there's remaster. A remaster is pretty much just a
Yeah,
coat of paint, right? A remake is like,
yeah.
no, we're taking the essence of what this is and building it we're remaking it. So if they're pointing at the WrestleMania sign and saying we're doing 1, 2, and 3, these projects have the possibility of not ending until like 2040,
Yeah.
realistically,
Yeah.
right?
But I guess and this is why I'm hesitant. They have a God of War that they've already reinvented. That's
True.
super popular.
Yeah.
And they have another game in the works. So it's like, where are you getting the manpower? You know
Is
what
this like
I
the B
mean?
team that's working on this?
Like,
Yeah.
like the manpower of all of this. If you had told me, yeah, the new Kratos with the son, that story's done, we're not doing anything with that, and it's been on the shelf for a while, I would say, yeah, they're probably remaking it. But I don't think that's the case. I was actually kind of surprised when we got the two that we just didn't get the trifecta. And they're like, also, God of War 3. And it's like, oh, here we go again. Like, Gods of War, which is
See,
probably what it should be called.
it
Gods
gets
instead of
tricky.
again.
I feel you. It should be Gods of War. Because
It'd be
now
cool.
with
Yeah,
Boy, you need to
yeah.
play those games, bro. They're
I,
super,
I
super
do.
good.
You know.
But it gets tricky because why is TC Carson there? If you're just doing a paint job, why do you need new voice talent? Why do
Um,
you need new
it's video
voiceovers?
games marketing.
I mean, he's there like he said he's working on it.
He did
So it's
say
like
he's working on it.
it's like it's almost too ambitious, you know? Make God of War 1 first, remake. Not 2 and then 3. That's crazy.
That's
That is
crazy.
some that's literally like you were mentioning earlier, some Final Fantasy 7 remake type stuff. 15 years down later, we're still waiting on game 3 to be announced, which was not shown at the state of play. And
In
everybody's
which
pissy
case,
about
I'm going
that.
to ask you, like, why would you want to do that? Stop doing that. I thought this is where we are in the culture now, where we're going to stop
Uh
announcing things 15 years in advance. Because who knows? If an asteroid could come destroy the
I
planet.
mean,
Like, you know,
I
people
think
left,
that
like, ah, where's God of War 2 remake?
I think that announcement does bring credence to your idea that it is just going to be a slap of paint and a 8K experience, and they're going to bust up some graphics. And because why do you do that and put yourself in a position where it's Elder Scrolls 6 if we've been waiting for 20 years and we'll continue to wait another 10, right? So it's like I don't know. It's like you said, I don't think it's real. Like like I don't think any of that is we didn't it's not real as of today. We don't you know what I'm saying? It doesn't exist. And to do that point to the WrestleMania sign and say we're remaking all three games, either like you said, the Boy of War series is just done, and this is what we're doing right now. And you guys are gonna have to wait a long time until you see the boy again. Or it's the B team and it's blooper team, or maybe maybe it's a different
Um,
company that is they're going to be the focus of these God of War games. It's hard to tell.
do you want
And
another company doing a remake of God of
no,
War? Well, then,
no.
no, no,
I
no,
want
no,
Insomniac to make the Spider-Man game.
no, yes.
I don't want Taco Bell Games
No,
working on my
no,
Spider-Man game and you slapping Insomniac on it. That's whack, dude. So
no.
I don't know. Now that we've talked through it as a team, I'm a little worried about it. I don't know what to expect until I see it. But real quick, I wanted to talk about Sons of Sparta, the game they just shadow dropped on us that the night of a kind of I'm not gonna lie, it looks very like a indie game. It doesn't look like it has that God of War Sony Studios polish, but it's very rudimentary. You play as young Kratos, and what's sick is that's young Deimos. That's his brother from the Chains of Olympus games on PSP, which is a sick call out. That's kind of dope. You get to play as both of them, I think.
Do you have access to this?
I do, but it's $40 and I don't want to spend money on it.
40. Okay, I didn't see a
It's not a
price
free to
tag and
play.
I was wondering, all right, because I was like, I mean, I'm sure Mike's going to be all up in this. And all I was going to say
I'm
about
just
this
I
game,
still
as far as like side scrollers go, this looks like it's going to be awesome and I would expect it. I expect this game to be hella difficult. Like
yeah,
if it is not hella difficult, and with the visuals of the spear where he was like three timing the spear in like one shot, it's like I think it's gonna be Ghost and Goblins,
yeah,
like levels of stupid hard, and as it should, because it's Kratos and it's Sparta and it's Spartan and it's a 2D side scroller. So I fully expected you to jump in it, but at $40, I can see hesitation. I can see
yeah.
that. Yeah, that makes
I'm
sense.
probably gonna bite the bullet either tonight or tomorrow. Let it download while I run some errands. You know what I'm
I
saying?
watch some streams first. You know
I'll
what I
watch some
mean?
streams
How
first,
about
see if
that?
I
How
like
about
it.
Twitch? Yeah. What happens
I
on
know
the was it 40?
some of my Twitch ballers are gonna be on this stuff.
Yeah, there you
Um,
go.
so yeah, I'm really excited to play it. I want to play as Deimos because Deimos rules, and Deimos doesn't get as much play in the God of War world. But we eating over here at God of War. We're eating pretty good.
Yeah.
Next, I want to talk about this, but I have the hiccups, and I need to drink something to clear out these hiccups.
The
Watch.
untitled John Wick game, the official reveal trailer. We got it. I'm not sure anybody saw it coming, but Keanu Reeves must like this video game stuff because he's back as John Wick in the currently untitled game from Saber, Lionsgate, and franchise director Chad Stahelski.
Yeah, he's the director. He's directed all of them.
Thank you. The story will be an original script set in the John Wick timeline, and it will expand on the lore with familiar characters and brand new ones. Get ready for a distinct gung fu combat system,
Oh, that's
jaw
so
dropping
good.
camera work, and immersive driving experiences, and a variety of memorable environments. Mike G, let me ask you, sir, you have been in the Wix universe recently. How excited did you get at the news of this?
It's funny. You hit the nail right on the head. I've been waking it up almost every single day. It's been kind of weird. I've been like finding myself watching John Wick 2, then watching Battle Arena, then watching John Wick 1, then going back to John Wick 4. I just been in this, I've been steeped in John Wick lore because he pisses me off because he can't lose and he's the best and he's the strongest and the most handsome. And you know what I'm saying? He can draw, but he's also a thug. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, this isn't the first time Keanu Reeves has lent his face to a video game. All the Matrix games, Path of Neo, Enter the Matrix, excellent games. So this is his. He's not a stranger to this kind of mocap, which I'm hoping he did the mocap for this. I'm hoping he's doing the voice work. I'm hoping he's doing all the dialogue, which you would think he would, right?
I'm
Uh,
hoping.
so I saw the gameplay. Like you said, none of it at the very tail end, they actually show gameplay. But
Okay.
all of it mostly was like cinematic BS. It might as well have been AI. But it looks tight. I don't uh it's really gonna be one of those where kind of like God of War, Boy of Chains, or whatever the new game is out, where I just need to see somebody watch it for like 5 minutes to make sure it's real. Like I don't want to buy it blindly, right? Because these
Yeah,
movie
no.
games could be garbage or they could be great. For every X-Men Origins Wolverine, the game, you get like Shaq food, dog. So you got to be careful. That's $70. That's $80 of hard-earned money. So I just need to see someone play it for like maybe 10 minutes, and then I'll be able to like make my own decision and just pull the trigger or not.
I thought it was a cool trailer. I will say that if the gameplay is what is depicted, it's we don't have games like this really that are this tight, this
Mhm.
like, oh, just one on two, that are not, side, not side scrollers, but versus beat 'em up games like Street Fighter. We don't normally get that. So if that's something that they can pull off, um the martial arts games come to mind with the old guy, where you're
Oh yeah,
aging every time you lose, and
that game
then
is real. What's the name of that
I
game?
can't remember. I
Sifu. His
started playing
name's Sifu.
Sifu, and
Yeah.
then the GTA one, the GTA, like they had this great combat in them. So if we can pull this off, and it looks like it did on the PS5 Pro for $899
It's
plus
crazy right
$70.
now. Yeah.
Plus $70. Yeah, I'm interested. I honestly, Mike, I'm gonna tell you something. I saw the trailer and I wished it was the Wolverine trailer.
Yeah, a lot of people did, bro.
I was
Can we see
like,
that, please? Can we see
I
the
was
Wolverine trailer,
well,
please?
not no. I kind of wish like what we saw in the Wolverine trailer had been looked like
Look
this
like that. Got it.
compared to what
Mhm.
we got in the Wolverine trailer. Because I walked away from that trailer going, I
I
don't
don't
know if
know.
it's
It didn't look
real.
real. Yeah.
but this looks like a great setting for that type of action. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's what I found myself wishing.
You know what I was thinking? I thought about you, and I thought about our episode, the MOTN Awards. Check that out. It was a good episode. Makes me think a lot of 007 First
Yeah,
Light. And it's like, okay, we're gonna have fight scenes, a close quarter combat. We're gonna have gunplay. We're gonna have boats and cars and jumping out of airplanes. Are we gonna get that with John Wick? Because he has great like CQC. Of course he does his gun stuff. John Wick was on a horse in all of John Wick 2, freaking horseback. He does gun fu out of cars. So in video games, it's hard to balance all that. Usually something suffers. You know what I mean? The gunplay is great, but the fighting, the hand to hand is garbage. Or like think about like the Batman games. All of that was good, but the Batmobile, because it's like it's too much. You're asking too much of this development team. Of course, the
yeah.
Batmobile sucked. So it's like I wonder how they're going to balance all that with this John Wick game. And I pray it's fun to play. There was this one game me and Bradley used to play all the time. Bradley, remember Stranglehold with Chow Yun Fat on the PS3, PS2? It was called Stranglehold. It was his game with Chow Yun Fat, based off of the old Chinese,
Yeah, got you.
uh like A Better Tomorrow, and you know what I'm saying, like, based off those movies. And it was so fun to play kung fu, slow motion, sliding off cars. It was so sick. I hope this game makes me think of games like Stranglehold, um you know based off those older movies. So we'll see. I'm very excited about it because I'm in my John Wick hole right now, and I need more gameplay. Give me more. Feed me more. I'm too old to get hype over nothing. You know what I mean? I'm just
Eh,
too old. I can't do it. I can't just blindly.
And I've been fooled so many times where it's
Yeah,
like,
I
oh,
mean,
this
you can
looks
only hurt
dope,
me
and
so many
then it's like,
times.
damn,
Yeah,
this is not,
this is not what I
not,
wanted.
not. So yeah, I guess tempered expectations. Let's put it this way: I go into video games with tempered expectations much more than I do movies. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
Avengers in Avengers Doomsday. You have expectations on you.
expectations.
James Bond First Light.
We'll see. Uh,
Let's see what
Borderlands
happens. You know what I
Borderlands
mean?
4 is still sitting on my computer. So
There
what
you
do you
go.
want me to do?
There you
Borderlands
go.
4 still sits there at the bottom of the ocean. Speaking of things that caught my attention and are not at the bottom of the ocean, there's a trailer for this game called Project Windless by the PUBG publishers that has a battle chicken. My brain just said battle chicken, right? This thing is ore farming like a bastard. It looks tight. It doesn't look real, but it looks real. Watch. It is made by the guys who made Far Cry 3, 4, 5, 6, whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop. So it's gonna be open world, and it just looks fake, but it looks good fake. I like stupid stuff like this. Watch. What did you take away from Battle Chicken the trailer?
I took away that it is a giant chicken that's wrecking shop,
Let's
and
fucking
you
go.
know, as
I
the
don't know why.
trailer went on, I went, "This is gonna be fun as hell." You want to know
It
why?
looks so much
Because it
fun.
has to be fun as hell.
It
Because no
just
one's going to play this otherwise. It
yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
This is
So
not a houseboat name.
obviously, having like a 6 foot, 7 foot tall chicken in the Destiny of Empire
It's like
type
a
in game setting,
yeah.
sick graphics, like it. But
Sure.
again, let's put it this way: out of all the trailers, the action I saw from here actually looked like actual gameplay. And
Right.
so it left me going, yeah, that looks like it could be fun because it's a freaking 7 foot tall chicken wrecking shop, bro.
It's a 7 foot tall chicken in battle armor, bro. And it looks like he's seen some stuff. That chicken looks like it's seen some stuff, bro.
Dude,
And he's
dude.
ready to defeat armies. Sure. I don't know what it is about anthropomorphic creatures that that have like a scar or something. You know what I mean? Like it's the hardest thing in the world to me. Like it's so sick. Like, what has this turtle been through? That's why I guess that's why I like the Ninja Turtles so much
That's
because
one of
it's
the
like,
reasons that like my top 10 list, like Star Fox. Star Fox still haunts me. Cutting Star Fox from that list,
oh,
bro.
I
It
can't let
still
you do
haunts
that,
me.
Fox. You cut it. All you can hear is I can hear is wolf in your head.
Ah.
Ah, here's Slippy screaming in pain. This looks sick. Once again, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I'm hyped. Battle chickens with swords and giant broadswords and shit.
Go
You know,
watch the trailer for sure,
please
folks.
go
Go
watch the
watch the
trailer.
trailer.
It's probably one of my. It's probably best in show for me, honestly. Because out of what was expected, this was best in show.
I mean, I wasn't expecting like this the giant
This
chicken. The
giant
the
battle
the,
chicken.
the one that I don't know, it's not on the list, but did you see the Shadow Warrior one that looked like XCOM with ninjas pretty much?
Yeah, that
That
looked pretty
thing
dope.
that was probably my winner. I went, I
Nice,
don't know
yeah.
what this is, but this thing looks like it's gonna be kind of dope. So yeah, but yeah, giant chicken with a spear throwing it. Yeah,
Are you a
comes
big
in play.
XCOM head? Are you a
Dude, I
XCOM guy?
love fucking XCOM. XCOM's
Oh, I didn't know
great,
that.
man. Love XCOM.
Talk about strategy game. Those games
Love
used to
those
always
games.
those games whoop my ass. You know what's a good XCOM game?
Uh,
Marvel.
I haven't been able to play it. Yeah, I want to
You
play it.
know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Marvel XCOM game.
yeah. I've been
I
wanting to play it. It's
I
not on anything except for money, and
I
I don't
I
have money.
I feel it. I hear it's good. I hear it's really good. I hear it's slept on. I heard it's like a Star Wars Rebels. Not like a Star Wars Rebels. I heard it's like a Star Wars Outlaws where
Outlaws.
everybody slept on it, but it's an excellent game. You know what I'm saying?
I watched a bunch of it. It looks great. I
Yeah.
always I keep the sound off so I don't spoil myself for when I do play it. But yeah, no, it looks super great. And
Yeah.
yeah, Bradley XCOM 2, dope. Way better than XCOM 1, and that's saying something. I remember XCOM was one of those ones where I had no idea what I was in for. I started playing it and like my mouth dropped open because I was like, well, this is cool. Like aliens, we got research facilities, like, nah.
Yeah. I wish I can get into those games, man. I tried. I think I tried with XCOM 2, and I kept
Do you play
my brain.
chess?
No, that's one of the games I suck at. Bradley
Okay.
is really good at chess. He's super good at
Bradley,
chess.
hit me up
Yep.
on chess.
Yeah, he's super good at chess. But I've never wrapped my brain around chess. I don't know why. Just one of those checkers, card games. I'm pretty good, but chess.
Strategy, it's
Yeah,
it's also one of those games we play on the app because those are the type of games that I want to play, but they require so much effort to sit down and play
yeah,
them. They
to
require
just lock in.
attention, and so, you got to find that balance there.
Yeah, I feel it. I always wish I used to have this glass chessboard that was so pretty. My mom bought it for me for Christmas, and I wanted to get good at chess. And the reason I didn't get good at chess because Bradley would relentlessly beat my ass in chess every single time as kids. And I was like, you know what? Maybe chess is not my game. I'm gonna go over here and play Street Fighter. How about that? I'll be good at that.
Uh,
That- That's kind of where that came from. Speaking of playing fighting games,
yeah.
we got to talk about Marvel Tokon. Marvel Tokon released a new trailer. The game has been kind of dormant lately. For those who don't know what this is the Arc System Works Marvel game, Marvel fighting game. That is a 4v4 team fighting game. So think Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or even more Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and add an extra fighter. So the guys who made Guilty Gear, the guys who made Dragon Ball Fighters, one of the best, most beautiful games ever, is now making a Marvel title. And they announced their team of the Unbreakable X-Men, which is a new team, which has Storm as the leader, uh Magic, which is the Watch Knows Magic from Marvel Snap, which is the little sister of Colossus, Wolverine, of course, the OG, and Danger, which is the Danger Room personified. For those who don't know what Danger is,
Yeah.
She is literally the Danger Room made flesh or made robotic, whatever.
So
Watch. What did you think of this trailer? Are you hyped for this game? I know we play
super
fighting
hyped for
games.
this game. I'm super hyped for
Yeah.
this game. I want to play it right now, but I don't have a PlayStation, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to get my hands on. It will be on PC, so I will. there is a chance I may purchase this because we don't have a lot of these. You know what I mean? There
We
just
don't.
aren't
We
that we
don't get
just
them.
don't have a lot of them. So it
No.
may be worth the purchase if the gameplay's tight, if there's a great list of characters, decent story, great arcade mode. Yeah, man. Yeah, I may have to do that because I was
Here's
impressed with the trailer.
I'm getting it no matter what, just to support the culture and support fighting games. But I found I just can't really put the time into a fighting game like I used to when I was a kid. I don't have my old man brain can't handle one frame links and learning infinites and stuff like that. I just can't. I just don't have it in me anymore. I tried, man. I'm still nice. I can still figure some stuff out, but I won't be to my level of execution, which bothers me. I tried it with every single fighting game. I get them all, and I played them for like a month, and I'm like, oh my, just your eyes hurt, my hands hurt. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Street Fighter, but this is gonna be so fast paced that I'm probably not gonna be able to be nice at it,
Looks
man.
nuts. Looks like it's going to be
There's
an
a lot
epileptic
going on.
seizure, like instantaneously. And I just want to say to the old man brain, man, now that football's off, they've been advertising this indoor tournament golf on ESPN, and I was like, I don't want to watch that. And then I see Tigers in it, and it's like, yeah, you know what?
Hey,
at, at some point you got to get off the course and you're like, yeah, we're going to slow things down a
you
little
gotta
bit,
slow
we'll
things
just do
down a
this
little bit.
indoors. So just playing for fun ain't
Yeah.
bad. I don't know if it's on the rundown, but I know that we had talked about Star Wars Galactic Runner.
Oh yeah, we could talk about that.
Well,
Yeah, there's a new
the only thing I want to
trailer.
say is they're going to have world leaderboards in that game, and I just think that having games that have world leaderboards, especially for games like this, it's just a cool feature. So it's like
Yeah,
I don't have to be number 1,
I don't have
but
to be
I
the
can be
best.
better than him,
That
you know,
guy, I
or
sure as hell
her,
better than
right?
bro right over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so sometimes it's just for fun.
yeah,
Sometimes
man.
it's just for fun, man.
Trust me, if this game really just takes me and like wraps my brain around it, I'll dedicate the time. I was getting kind of nice at Street Fighter 6 for a little bit until I lost interest. I had my arcade stick, I
Mm,
was pretty, getting nice. But like I said, I don't need to be the best. I can be what they call a basement king, where
yeah.
I'm the best in my little group of friends. But the second I get into the real world and the four heavenly kings show up, like in damn Death Stranding, I may get washed. You know what I'm saying? But playing, get it, play it. Push some buttons, do some ultras. Hopefully, my favorite characters make it to the game you know, and if they don't, they'll that's what usually gets me. I won't buy a fighting game, but then Swamp Thing will show up in Injustice 2, and it just locks me in. Okay, what am I not gonna play Swamp Thing? Screw that. Throw money
For
at it.
me, it's really the art style, and anytime
Mm,
you
very
have
good.
this anime, artistic, like cartoon, like I it much like that damn game Dispatch that came out. It's
Yeah.
like, wait, I can play a cartoon as a video game, and I know it sounds kind of weird because it's like video game, but video games are cartoons, sort
Ah,
of. But
man.
it's like you don't get to play in that world.
No.
There's another version of Brian from a long time ago that can tell you about when you have different experiences in reality versus things that are not perceived as reality. And it's totally cool when like you're like sitting there and all of a sudden your room turns into like an aquarium and you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Some
this is
Oculus
neat.
Rift type stuff, man.
Yeah.
And there's levels to this, man. Like, have you seen Dragon Ball Fighters made by Arc System Works?
Yeah.
Like, seen the gameplay? It's just Dragon Ball. You're playing an anime. That's Arc System's bread and
That's the
butter.
yeah.
It doesn't look like a video game. It's like you're just playing the cartoon. It's so effing good that
What's
I have full faith. Sure. It it doesn't look like a
what's
video game.
what's the X-Men game now that everyone's playing the four-player co-op thing?
Hmm?
The four-player co-op, the superhero four-player
Oh,
co-op that
Marvel
everyone
Rivals. Marvel
Marvel
Rivals.
Rival. Yeah,
Yeah.
you see, that doesn't have the art style that
No.
kinda what I
It
mean? It
looks
doesn't
like a
have
video game.
it looks like a video
That's
game.
fine.
Yeah.
But like Guilty Gear Strive does not look like a fighting game. It looks like a cartoon that's
Yeah.
just moving that you're controlling. This looks like a cartoon. Looks like an episode of like X-Men anime. Sure.
And
there's levels to it, man. Like Dragon Ball Fighters is one of the most beautiful games ever made. Like that just looks like Dragon Ball Z, and I swear by it every single day. It looks so sick. I'm so excited for this. Just
August
give me Silver
6th.
August 6th. Just give me Silver Surfer. Just give me the Surfer. Just give me freaking Silver Surfer. Uh and Castlevania Belmont's Curse. Castlevania is back, bro. Castlevania is super back, dude. Um, I saw this trailer and I was kind of games like this are kind of bittersweet because it's like I want a triple A. I want a triple A gaming experience with like 8K Simon Belmont,
Uh,
but when these games come out and they're like 2D fighter, looks clean. The animation on this looks great, but it's not quite what I want. You know what I mean? But at the same time, there's games like Metroid Dread, which is probably one of my favorite Metroid games of all time. Side scroller. So I asked you, Wash, when you saw this trailer, did it tickle that Castlevania part of your brain that you're around my age?
Castlevania 2 is one of my favorite
Yeah.
games. Like the mechanic of going night to day was brand new at that time. We had
Do-do-do-do-do.
not seen anything like it, and it still makes me smile just thinking about like that feature. And so when the moon came out and it was when the blood moon came over, I was Castlevania. I was like, you know what,
Let's
man?
go. Yeah.
I'm in because I like Castlevania. I don't think the Belmonts get enough play, even though the series on Netflix. I know the first season was good. I think I
First
watched
season
the
was
second
great.
season.
Second and third, it starts to get a
That
little but the
okay.
first
First
season is
season
great.
was great, and
Yeah.
it's just one of those characters that instead of Sinners, can we make a Castlevania freaking movie,
Don't
man?
don't
Like,
don't even say
like
it out
that's
loud,
something
man.
I want.
Don't
That's
be still
something
my
I
heart, man.
want. I don't want a vampire musical. I want
I want
Castlevania.
Castle and I want the
Like,
generations of Belmonts to be on
yeah,
screen. I
dude,
want Alucard from freaking Symphony of the Night. Shut up. I'm just gonna
dude.
shut up.
In fact,
Uh,
let's just do an HBO Game of Thrones Castlevania type of run and get serious. I'm not talking about that other HBO show that with the
mm-mm,
vampires and all that nonsense. Let's get the
no.
Belmonts in there,
Let's
bro.
get
Let's get
a
the
Game of
vampire
Thrones.
lord.
Put it
Yeah.
on Amazon Prime. Put it on Apple. You want to sell me Apple Plus? Give me a live
Yeah.
action Castlevania with the like budget of King of Monsters. You know what I'm saying? Give it the budget of the Game of Thrones series or the Lord of the Rings series.
Yeah.
I'm just locked in. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't want to say I'm really excited for this game because I love me some Castlevania. I'm curious to see where they take this Belmont. You know what I mean? Because one thing I love about Castlevania is the lineage, right? And they all have to contend with damn Dracula because Dracula is nigh defeatable, and he's just gonna come back because that's what Dracula does, and he keeps jumping into further into the slow future. So I'm curious to see who is this Belmont? What is she about? When does this take place? Are we going to see any other like immortals show up in this series? That would be kind of neat because we do know Alucard is just floating around somewhere out there too through all time. So I'm excited for it. I guess I talked myself into it. I'm pretty excited about this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought I know we got another slide or two, but I thought their state of play was probably the best it's been in two or
In a
three
long
years as far
time.
as games went. It's the first time I went, huh, maybe I want a PlayStation. Maybe I
Maybe
want a PlayStation. There's some games coming out, man. So yeah.
it's starting to look like we're starting to get out of that COVID slump, and all these games that probably have been sitting on the shelf, and you know what I mean, for money and for parts and whoop de whoop, they're starting to come out. Maybe PlayStation, maybe this generation of games can pull it out at the end, fourth
Maybe.
quarter. Maybe they can
Maybe.
pull. Maybe they can pull a Bo Nix and win the game at the end of fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, Doug.
Save a generation.
You know what? It sucks because I barely I put this together so quickly. We're at the end of the show and we completely and wasn't able to add Silent Hill Townfall
Yeah,
to the
we're about to
docket.
go there. So go ahead and talk. Yeah,
Let's
go
talk.
ahead.
Let's
Yeah.
just because the name of the show is called Nope, the video game, right? and I base it off of the idea that you're putting a your main protagonist is African American, and we know us in horror movies, we're not going to stick around, dog. The moment I walk into Silent Hill, I'm just in the game to run the credits, dog. I'm gone. Like, why is this brother floating around in Silent
Yeah.
Hill, bro? Like, we're just out. We don't have the patience for this kind of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So I want to talk about this before we close out the show.
Yeah.
Wash, did you watch this trailer? We are really into Silent Hill here at MOTN. So I want to get your thoughts. Watch our lore on Silent Hill, please. It's such a good episode. What were your thoughts on this trailer? Did you automatically think that like I did? Like, man, this brother would have been like, hell no, man. I'm out of here, dog. This is dumb. I'm not doing
I
this.
literally said black guy in Silent Hill.
Why is he there? There's got to be
I'm
some kind of
like, black
crazy
guy in
situation, dog.
Silent Hill,
There's no
man.
way. Brother would have been
What?
like, shit.
What?
I'm
So,
out of here, dog.
I look. I also need to watch that Silent Hill movie because I think it's just misunderstood, even though it's getting
I
terrible,
hear
terrible,
this. I heard
terrible
it's
reviews.
god awful, dog.
But I think you got to be a Silent Hill head to get it. But we'll see. I
We'll
need to watch
see.
that. At any
I'm
rate,
not spending a dime. I'm gonna wait till that is literally firmly
how is it
tucked.
not out?
I thought it was. It should be already out
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. All right. I'm like
somewhere. It
for
should be
free,
digital
right?
somewhere. I
They're
don't
not
think for free.
charging people for that.
It's got to be somewhere,
Come
bro.
on, that thing got hated on, so I
It's got
can't
to be.
imagine
It's
they're
got to be on.
charging people
I'm
money.
sure it's on Tubi right now, dog. It's on Tubi for
But
freaking
anyway,
free.
I didn't know we were getting this because we just got Silent Hill F. So this was a
Yeah,
shock to me when I was like, we're getting a new Silent Hill game and there's a black guy and it looks like a weird freaking story that has has um has notes from Silent Hill, right?
yeah.
But it does look like it's going to be its own little thing where
Thing
he
is
may
experiencing
not
his own.
be our normal protagonist type in Silent Hill is kind of what I
Right,
was getting from it. So
right. It's kind of like Bradley said. He played the game because he wanted to watch the movie. They said it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. No, Bradley, just watch the first movie. That's all you need. All this other stuff, no. Yeah, he doesn't seem like your standard pro tag, but let's be real. None of the Silent Hill pro tags are your standard John Silent Hill. You know what I'm saying? They're always these broken people with issues that feeds into Silent Hill. We talk about this a lot. And we also talk about the Silent Hill everywhere system. You know what I'm saying? Where Silent Hill can pretty much be anywhere on the earth where that congregation of power is. And Silent Hill F kind of taught us that as well. Where Silent Hill is, you can have a Silent Hill experience in other places depending on where the ley lines land. So, and I'm hearing that this takes place in Ireland. So my
huh.
brother, my brother's real far from home, um, and it's like an Ireland boat town is what it looks like. Creatures look interesting. You know, it's gonna have great creature design. It's a first person Silent Hill game, which I don't think we've ever had. They've all been third person,
For a
right?
minute, I thought it was VR because of just how it looked.
Yeah,
I was like, "Is this a VR game?" And I was less excited. But no, it's first person.
first person. Sure, I guess that amplifies the horror. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just black guy in Silent Hill, it's crazy. But I don't know. F was apparently stellar. So Konami's kind of come back. I guess I really want to put this on the docket because Konami's really said we're making video games again. Like the Metal Gear release, they were talking about the
Yeah.
Metal Gear 1 remake, which is big. Castlevania, Konami, they've been doing all the efforts they've been putting into Silent Hill. So I'm really just going to shut up and not make too many jokes about this because this may be a banger. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I'm kind of expecting it to be because it's Silent Hill, and it looks like they didn't skimp any corners. You know what I mean? It's not
Hmm.
Silent Hill in 2D. It's not
Yeah.
Silent Hill, the side scroller.
Side
You
scroller
know.
side,
So
Silent
so
Hill.
yeah. I did say after I said black guy in Silent Hill, I'm like, ooh, what did you
Ooh.
do? I'm like, ooh,
Brother, how'd you
what
get in this
did you
situation?
do,
My
bro?
brother,
Like
how did you get in this
like
situation, brother?
nothing good. You
Nothing
didn't do
good.
anything doing good. You wake up in
bruh.
Silent Hill, it's like I've been a bad
You
guy.
done goofed some kind of way, dog.
Yeah.
If you wake up in Silent Hill, you done goofed. And I hope that it's not too bad. I hope you make it out there, brother. But it's gonna have 8 different endings, and it's gonna have the
Yeah.
UFO ending and all that good stuff. But we'll see. Like I said, I don't want to clown it too much because it's probably gonna be real. And I guess the more we is this coming out anytime soon? I didn't catch that.
I didn't catch it, but again, Silent Hill Elf came out last year,
Yeah,
and
Silent
we
Hill. Yeah,
already have a
this
new
year.
trailer.
No,
Like
no,
this,
last year.
yeah,
Like
last year.
2025. It
Like,
feels like this year, but yeah, 2025.
yeah, I think
Shoot,
it's quick
foot
turnaround.
Konami's really like foot on gas. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm okay with it, if as long as they're making good games, as long as they
As long
don't
as they're
go
good,
down the Assassin's Creed
as
route
long as you don't go
where,
down the EA
yeah,
route where you're just
it's
pumping
just
out stuff. Whew.
BS. Like,
We're at the end of the show, man. That is a wrap on Master of the Nerdiverse podcast, episode 152. Nope, the video game. Because my brother would
that's
have
right.
been like, and it would have just disappeared into the fog. At the end of all things, Wash, of these 4 topics, which one did you actually find yourself enjoying talking about the most?
I'm gonna save the Spider Noir trailer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah,
Caging it up.
bro.
He's
I
the worst
like.
and best
I
actor of all time. Sure.
Yeah, I know. Bradley hates him, but
I love
when I
it.
think
Yeah.
about it, like the dude he's been banging them out for years. They're not all winners, but hey, who can be Otani? You know what I mean? Not
I
everybody can
mean,
be Otani and hit 50 home runs every single year. Like,
any actor I know who's down will always kind of get, especially in projects like this, will always kind of get a little bit of love from me because I know you love you. I know you're serious about it at least. You know what I'm saying? Like Sam Raimi directing Spider-Man, huge Spider-Man fan, right? Okay, I'm taking you seriously. Nicolas Cage, huge comic book fan, has been documented throughout his entire career. I know he's going to take this seriously. That doesn't mean he's not going to cage it up, but
right.
he's going to take it very seriously. So we'll see. I hope it's good. I hope that there's some good villain fights. I hope that it's not too bloated. I hope they don't jump the shark, but I also hope it doesn't get another season. I want this to be a tight story. Please, and that sounds weird, but I just want it to be a tight 6, like you said, and to tell the story of Spider Noir, and that's all we need. Move on to another character. Move on to another Spider-Man if you want. Do 2099. Do Spider-Man India, right? Do Penny Parker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Do Spider-Punk. Can you imagine a live action Spider-Punk
that'd be cool.
with music? I know, but it would have music
With
though, Wash.
music, yeah, it would have
Yeah,
music.
it would
Yeah,
have
I
some
got
punk
you.
rock,
It
dog.
would have music, but it'd be cool. It would
It'd be
still be kind of cool.
It'll be tight. It'll be tight. Thank you everybody who's here, man. Thank you for chilling out with us this evening for Masters of the Nerdiverse. It's a Friday night. It's Friday the 13th. Watch you some scary movies tonight. I'm about to put on Fridays. I'm about to put on Jason 7, dude. I'm about to watch that right now while I feast. You know what I'm saying? Um, with that, we're gonna close out this episode. Wash, any final thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
I hadn't considered it, but my Friday nights, of course, I've listened to some Star Wars already tonight. But on Friday nights, I generally get into a zombie book,
There you go.
Dead
There you go.
America series.
There you
I'm
go.
on
There you
book,
go.
got to be like, I
There you
don't
go.
know, 55 out of 140. Captain Kersey and the crew. But on
Captain Curse.
Friday the 13th, little zombie action. Yeah, I'm in it. Sounds good.
Make the midnight special. I've been on my Star Wars Clone Wars finally
Yeah.
watching those. Those are excellent. Shout outs to Plo Koon, who's the GOAT. Why is Plo Koon so real? That's a whole conversation.
I was gonna point you to something because I'm not sure you saw it, but it's kind of significant.
Okay.
In episode 4, the one about the clones, with the very first one, the one I'm talking about when the clones
Yeah.
are in the, yeah, right. So when Rex and Cody come, and like Rex touches Echo and puts his fingerprint on it.
Yeah.
Do you realize that those two characters outlast pretty much everybody.
Everyone. Yeah. Yeah.
And so the story is really kind of told from like
Their eyes.
their eyes and it all. And when I watched that, this literally just I'm on my eighth freaking watch through this thing, and I saw that and I went, for
Bro.
them to do that, like it was the first
Bro.
meeting, like it was one episode, and it's like, damn, that
Bro.
bond.
They retroactively put Rex in Return of the Effing Jedi, dude. Rex
Yeah,
is on Endor
yeah,
as an old man, as an old clone. We didn't even know. That's so
yeah.
sick,
I
dog.
love it. I freaking
It's
love it.
so sick.
I
Don't
love
get
it.
me
So
started on. I'm going down to Clone War, but tonight is Friday the 13th. Man, I was gonna wear a Jason mask for the episode, but I was running a tad little late and it just couldn't pull together the cinematic universe. But maybe next Friday the 13th we'll do. My birthday falls on Friday the 13th in March,
huh, there you
so
go.
we'll cross that bridge there. With that, I'm going to ask everyone to like this content on YouTube, on Spotify, wherever you're listening to us, to subscribe to the channel so you're made aware when new episodes go live, and to comment. What was your favorite news out of the state of play? What do you think of the Spider-Man Noir trailer? Are you like Bradley and absolutely hate Nicolas Cage with his warranty because he can be a hack, but he also can be brilliant at times? So let us know what you think. Let us know your thoughts, and we'll love to discuss it with you there. I've, of course, been Master of the Nerdiverse Mike G. He has been the Master of the Nerdiverse Wash. We are the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast. And with that, I will say MOTN out. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.